What up, y'all? So it is part 2 of the Legend run. Let's get into it. I'm going to stick with Dragon Warrior for now. I want to play the same deck list as much as possible, kind of until I hit a wall. One of the problems just becomes in when do you establish when you've actually hit the wall. So let's give this a run. It's a pretty standard Dragon Warrior list, nothing too crazy, nothing fancy. Unless you count Prescient Slither Drake as fancy. I like that guy a lot. He fancy. So Death Knight can be a tough matchup. Yeah, I think this is ideal here. Sweet. That's a fantastic hand. Yeah, I was really hoping for a Stone Carver there. This is good enough against most Death Knight decks, but with a Stone Carver it becomes phenomenal. And yeah, Depths into Stone Carver is just better than any other 1-drop, 2-drop in this deck. Like Whelp into Petal Peddler is great, but nowhere near as good as a 5/5 that's ready to attack on turn 3 and continues to get bigger. Like, come on. It's crazy.
Proportions look good.
Yeah, it's just actually bonkers. There's been quite a few games where I do this and I don't literally have to do anything else. Sometimes people find, answers for it, but like an unanswered Stone Carver like this is just too good. Yeah, I think I can justify this. And it hit the Peddler. Let's go. So yeah, Smasher 5 becomes a 7/7. No biggie. Yeah, it's a great board. This is what I want every game to be like with Dragon Warrior. Just Depth Stone Carver. I'll accept Whelp into Peddler sometimes, but yeah, this is nuts. There it is. Yeah, that's all it takes. 1-0. Yeah, this is just ridiculous. I'm very surprised that that Stone Carver really only sees play in Dragon Warrior. I've been thinking that there should be, some other warrior decks out there that take advantage of Stone Carver, Sanguine Depths. I like that Sanguine Depths and Execute work really well together. Because you can, use Depths to ping a little small guy with 1 health, but you can also ping it and then execute it. You can ping your own Stone Carver. It's just very versatile card. So I always figured there was more uses to it.
Now you're sailing on my sea.
Maybe that just means I gotta innovate, gotta do it myself. I think I do this. Double Dark Rider, wow. That could be snazzy. I don't really like these. It's a lot of high cost stuff. This guy can be phenomenal. It's very difficult to kill. But then again, it is rogue, so they have things like dubious purchase, sometimes dethrone, stuff like that. This could be really good value later, especially since it has lifelink. Or excuse me, lifesteal. I'm going to go with this guy. Normally when I've played this, he's been just incredible. And he's been... Not only has it, taken care of minions, but it also is so difficult to kill. I feel like the value is hard to pass up. The Wind Fury guy's good, but I think there's a big difference between 9 and 8 mana. I think getting something down on 8 is pretty important. So I could drop another Dark Rider. If I Peddler, then I've got Portal Vanguard next turn, but that's not super great. I'm thinking trading the Royal Librarian and then Dark Rider after, assuming I don't draw a Whelp. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, that's why you always get information first, because the Whelp is way better here. Dark Rider's great, but yeah, Whelp pumps a guy, plus it enables Peddler to work next turn, should it still be around. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, always draw a card before you make other plays. If you have a play that draws a card, normally it's correct to do that first and then something else. So that way you have max information. It's not always, it's not a 100% rule, but for the most part, like 99% of the time, you just always want to draw the card, discover the card, do the thing that shows you more information before you do something. And you could make that same logical argument with Dark Rider. You're like, well, I want to discover a dragon to see what I get that I could also play, instead of drawing the card off of Royal Librarian. Sure, but now I feel like we're just we're just debating over silly things. Ah, they got the eventuality. Fine. Ooh. Weaponsmith is pretty good here, I think. Yeah, that pumps everything. It's gotta be a 9/7 for 8. That's really good. Yeah, that's hard not to do. It is a little concerning that I haven't set up too much momentum yet, and it is turn 3. They've already imbued their hero power once, so we do need to pick up some type of forward momentum. Like, otherwise we're gonna start generating backward momentum, which is not good. Okay, I'd rather they use Dubious Purchase on that than, you know, the Delicacy, the Slither Drake, there's a variety of other things that would be much better targets, so maybe they just feel like they need to draw some cards and keep my guys off the board. I don't know.
Too soon. Welcome to the world.
So there's a lot of ways to play this turn. I think what I get off of Dark Rider will determine what I do otherwise. So I could go Whelp, Dark Rider, Peddler. That's a lot of power. Wow. I could Portal Vanguard and either Whelp or Dark Rider, but I think maybe Dark Rider's not the play.
I wonder.
I really like Peddler here, though. Yeah, let's see what we get off of Dark Rider. It's fine. Ooh la la. This Battle Cry triggering twice. Okay, that's phenomenal. Dracorex could be really good. A pumped up. But yeah, that's really hard to ignore. So now look at his stuff. Like, that's pretty nuts. Like, the Dracorex would have been very valuable, but obviously not until later. Yeah, this could be really good. Sure.
Choose soon.
Everything's shipshape.
Interesting. Well, I'm definitely saving that for something better. I kind of like Portal Vanguard here. I wonder if Royal Librarian is the play, though, actually. No, I don't know. No, I can't justify that play. Yeah, this is a really interesting spot. Yeah, I'd like to try and take full advantage of the pumps that I just gave my guys, but a little tough to see how that's going to happen. Yeah, I think I gotta do this.
Into the time ways.
Stadium announcer's not bad.
Choose.
Yeah, there are much better things I can get, I think. Like a Slither Drake would be incredible. Draker X, Gromosh, Windpeak. Stonecarver's okay, actually. So if I do this... that's fine. Ah, it didn't even go through. Darn it. Okay. Sure. So yeah, that loss of momentum early on I think is costing me. Because, you know, there's a lot of powerful things in my hand. But I don't know that... Like, from this position in the game, I feel like Rogue can very easily just continue to kind of coast on their resources, if you know what I mean. Just keep kind of, you know, killing things off, drawing some cards, using their hero power to create some value, and just kind of attrition me out of the game. So we'll see if that happens.
Choose soon.
They are playing so slowly, though. Come on. I hate when people do this. They've got nothing to do, and they just let the rope go. Like, you guys, come on. Some of us have, like, stuff to do. We don't have an extra 20 minutes to just sit here while you pretend to think. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, then. So if I silence this, I don't know if it's going to be a 2-7 or a 7-2.
What now?
Tag and health are swapped, so I'm hoping it stays a 2-7. But kind of hard to tell if that's going to stay or not. I could just play the Slither Drake, because I am still at 30. Your life is a resource. So the problem with playing Slither Drake is that I need to play something else. Otherwise, I'm open to dubious purchase. Petal Peddler doesn't seem correct. I guess Whelp could be okay. Just feels kind of like a waste. Let's see what happens here. Immune while attacking on this guy is pretty annoying. That's mostly... Obviously, 7 is a lot of attack, but the immune while attacking is the thing that made me consider the Librarian. If it stayed a 7-2, that wouldn't be tremendously difficult to deal with, but it's, it's still big enough that it could be relevant. Like they're okay, they're going straight for face. Interesting. I feel like they're going to trade with the 2/3 though. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay.
Follow the Flutterwings.
Yeah, Flutterwing's a very good card. It's surprising how good Flutterwing is. Yep, there's the dubious purchase.
Choose soon.
Yeah, and of course I was still open to that, obviously, since they had minions to trade with my whelp, but it seemed like it was worth a try. Especially since they already played one dubious purchase, so the odds of them having another were a little bit lower. But now that they've played two, that's a good sign, because now I can kind of throw bigger things out with a little bit more impunity. Or without impunity. Words are hard. But now I do feel like I need to Royal Librarian this guy, because I can't keep taking 7 here. Dracorix next turn could be amazing, because this will stay at 2/7 though. An 8/5 Peddler is awesome, but it's definitely still gonna die. Yeah, I hate to do this, but if this stays a 7/2, then yeah, okay. That's what I figured was most likely to happen, but I wasn't sure. Every now and then the game will surprise you. So you got to make sure sometimes that the rules work exactly the way you think they do. In this case, I figure that was the most likely outcome, but now it's much easier to kill since it doesn't have immune while attacking. But I am at 21, and they've got 14 attack on board, so we are pretty close to lethal. Yeah, Imbue Rogue feels like a coin flip, honestly, a lot of the time. Unless you're playing something really aggressive. Like, I don't know what the aggro Rogue matchup is like. Actually, I'm going to check that out, because... let's see here. Yeah, never be afraid to just pull up stats in the middle of a game to see how things work out. Because that's the thing too, Imbue Rogue is like really far down. It's technically C tier. I mean, it's like 49.8 for 120,000 matches as far as win rate goes, which is pretty good for most other decks. But that just means that I think it reminds me of Protoss Priest in that. Let's see, aggro Paladin. Yeah, they got a 40% against aggro Paladin, 44 against Aura Paladin. So I'm thinking, what's their Dragon Warrior matchup? Their Dragon Warrior matchup is 44, so I think because I had a slow start and couldn't really catch some momentum, this game got a little out of hand. Dracorix obviously is fantastic here. It's gonna die the next turn, but at least I stay alive. You know, like, it's the little things in life, like staying alive. Yeah, double whelp is crazy.
Follow the Flutterwings.
And that's not the best use of their shadow steps, to be perfectly honest, but in this position, it's really good. I think, yeah, the best uses of the shadow step are normally like Elise or Ziliax or, you know, something inherently powerful. Flutterwing, I think, is situationally powerful. It's powerful in a lot of situations, but it is still situational. Yeah, this is crazy. They're already at 7 here, so this game is very likely not going to go my way. I'm debating on how much time to really give them to kind of fiddle around and find a way to win the game. Yeah, this doesn't seem very good, but a 0-mana 4/4 is still pretty good. Like, completely irrelevant ability, but This is what Imbue Rogue does. Sometimes they'll just steal wins like this. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I think pretty much now I'm just delaying the inevitable, so I'm very tempted to concede.
What now?
Precursory Strike could draw me something okay, but it's very unlikely it's going to be relevant. Like, even a Whelp of the Infinite I don't think is going to be very helpful, considering the Divine Shield. Yeah, I guess let's see. I'm a big proponent of playing things out, because you never know how things are actually going to go. Yeah, this isn't great, but we have plays, so we'll see what we can get. If anything, you know, this will delay it a little bit, give us a little bit of time. Hopefully we can draw some win peaks or, you know, something like that. But I think at this point, with Drake Rex gone and them still at a healthy life total, yeah, with Elise, all right. Yeah, I'm not going to waste you guys' time on this one. That's the thing with the Imbue Rogue matchups. They tend to take a while to figure out how to actually beat you. So 1-1, not bad. Yeah, losses definitely happen. I would say big point of advice is don't beat yourself over the losses. You beat yourself up over losses, and then, you know, you affect your mentality for future games, and then before you know it, you're just either on tilt or not thinking clearly.
I will fight with honor. Now you're sailing on my seas.
Stonecarver's very good. It's a keep a lot of the time. So they're Paladin, so this could be Aggro Paladin. I think it's much more likely to be Aura Paladin. This is why it's important to look at the stats on popularity of decks, because Aura Paladin is incredibly popular right now. I don't think I actually played any Aura Paladin yet on this Legend run, so I'm a little surprised by that. I'm tempted to keep the Whelp of the Infinite, though. It's a great thing to just kind of peck off little minions if they are Aggro Paladin. And it's not bad against Aura, I guess. Yeah, I think this hand is okay. Okay, Precursory Strike is helpful at least. I think I'd rather it be a Shadow Flame Suffusion. Precursory Strike does kill Cardboard Golem, which is something. Let's see what we get off of this. A Whelp would be pretty cool. Yeah, that's not bad. This guy with charge is actually decent too. Oh no, if this summons a copy, yeah, we're doing that. That's great. Now, them playing Ysera is very interesting. Okay, so they're Aura Paladin with Ysera. That's fascinating. So I can get a good start to the tempo here by just bashing for 7, but the question is, how do I try to continue this momentum? Stonecarver's definitely not the play. It's a great card, but it's kind of like Peddler, where I like to play it when I know it's going to get activated. Because if you play it and it gets taken out immediately, then you're really losing a lot of potential value there. Yeah, Precursory Strike not drawing anything kind of negates the potential for using it. Yeah, Aura Paladin with Ysera is very interesting. Because normally, when Aura Paladin plays a 9-drop, it's Zilliax, so that they can play Elise. Ysera is a fascinating one. Ooh, boy. Okay. I don't love Precursory Strike Pass, but it probably is the play. It doesn't draw a card, which I don't like. It's possible Portal Vanguard is the play. I mean, it's definitely not Whelp of the Infinite. I don't think I can justify that play. Like, next turn they'll have 5 mana. Maybe I can justify Whelp of the Infinite.
What now?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, if I play Whelp of the Infinite,
I must choose.
Well met.
actually, yeah, okay, this seems okay. Because it enables the potential for Stonecarver next turn, which could be good value. So as long as they don't take it out this turn, which seems very unlikely, then I can attack their guy, Stonecarver, get an activation.
Holy light.
And I've also got Precursory Strike Shadow Flame available. Interesting. Okay, so I think we're going to attack Elise, Stonecarver, and then Precursory Strike the Manifested Timeways, hopefully drawing a minion that will make Precursory Strike draw. Dang, so close. Yeah, this isn't amazing here, but I think it has potential to give us some good momentum.
By the holy light.
It's always funny to me when people just emote like crazy during a game. Okay, that's annoying. There was definitely potential for that, but that's the way it goes.
Step forth into the time ways.
I think I can do a lot better than that. Like, double Whelp here is okay.
Forth into the time ways.
Portal Vanguard into Portal Vanguard. Fairly disappointing, but at least it has potential. I don't love it, but using this... See, I could have done this first and see what Dark Gift minion I get.
I wonder.
It seemed like the information off of Portal Vanguard was going to be much more important to know. Yeah, I don't really like this sequencing right now, but it seems like it is probably my best option. Believe it or not, this could be okay with the little dues that they're going to be making. Yasandre's not bad, but believe it or not, I'm going to take Hostile Invader. It'll help me get through this the next couple of turns, I think. Another Acceleration Aura means that they are live for Gelbin next turn, assuming they draw it. Oof, and the Maul is bad. So at least they won't have a board already when they... if they happen to Gelbin next turn. I think the play here is Stadium Announcer, because if they did not draw Gelbin off of that first Maul, it is possible they did, because like they had Ysera. So if Ysera is their 9-drop and they don't play Ziliax, which seems unlikely but possible, then this could have drawn Gelbin on the first attack, but it's much more likely that this drew Ziliax and then draws Gelbin. But I can't imagine they're going to play 2 9-drops and then Gelbin, because then their first Maul doesn't even get Gelbin, which is usually the point of the Maul. So I'm going to hope this does enough here.
Gotta fight for the ages.
If anything, it's just taking a little bit of value away from them. Angler's okay. Drawing 2 cards, that's not very good. Yeah, we're gonna rewind it. I think we can do a little bit better. I don't want to give them 2 additional cards. Oh my god. They got the same weapon but better. And there's Galvin. Yeah, this game is basically over, I think. What? That was the worst possible thing that could have happened. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that's pretty rough. Okay. Yeah, they've got lethal on board. I mean, a hostile invader is a thing. Death Rattle is for a mech? Yeah. And this is a demon.
What now?
Yeah, so this is not good. At least this has taunt. That is at least a little helpful. Yeah, this guy's not gonna make anything, so I can attack here, precursory strike the 6-2. That seems okay. Let's see what we draw. Alright, Whelp is okay. Oh, that's right, I forgot this is gonna trigger again. Oopsie. Yeah, this is a crazy game. I cannot believe that. Yeah, there was a part of me that wanted to start playing Aura Paladin today, and that might actually be the right choice. I don't think I've ever seen Ysera in Aura Paladin, though. I'm trying to think of why it would be better than Ziliax or another 9-drop. Yeah, we're just super screwed. Yep. Nothing we can do here. Alright, so we're at a negative win rate now at 1-2. If I lose the next one, I will probably audible over to Aura Paladin. My gut was telling me Aura Paladin, or at least something other than Dragon Warrior, was the way to go today. And I like Dragon Warrior. I want to try and keep up the momentum with the same deck as much as possible, but like making it all the way to Legend with Dragon Warrior would be pretty dope. But I don't think this version of Dragon Warrior is going to take me all the way there. For example, I think this deck is missing... I think it's missing a lot of elements for good late game. Like Dracorex is great. Slither Drake is an awesome way to make sure you don't need the late game. Whelp could be a keep. Whelp is a very good card. But having an aggressive start is normally the way you want to go with this deck. Cue the Jeopardy music. Yeah, I don't think I can justify keeping it. Yeah, there are much better things we can draw here. There we go. Broodkeeper's great. I haven't seen a Broodkeeper in the last 3 games, so that's nice. Okay, Peddler's a decent draw.
Sisters, my instinct shall hunt down our enemies.
Seems decent. I will probably throw the whelp out next. Yeah, it seems very likely this is tracking hunter or discover hunter, whatever you want to call it. I could throw both of these guys at that. It's not awful. Actually, yeah, that into Stonecarver is not bad. And I think I will actually trade the Royal Librarian for now. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that, because I think the Stonecarver could give us some explosive potential. We'll see if it sticks, though. Yeah, I think the plays were either this or whelp and send all four to their face. Yeah, Portal Vanguard didn't seem quite good enough, I guess. I could have also gone attack their guy and then Portal Vanguard, but it seems a little weak. Interesting. I don't hate Double Peddler here. Yeah, Double Peddler seems okay. They're very likely just going to attack with their 3-1 and kill the Stonecarver after the activation. I could just trade here, actually. It makes it so that... Is that 1 damage worth the potential of other things? Yeah, I think... Okay. I don't want to do that, but I think that disables the possibility for some serious shenanigans. I forget what the card's called, but like... I think it's 2 damage to 3 random enemies, something like that. Could take out the Stonecarver, and then they could attack with their 3-1 and take out one of the Peddlers. So I think this is the safe play. Whew, okay. Pretty good. So now their minions have +2/+2. Mixologist is pretty good. I would really like to see Mixologist see play in other decks. Like, I've wanted to experiment with Warrior in like a Stonecarver, Mixologist, Sanguine Depths, Execute, stuff like that. Seems like it could be okay. Could play the Tide Pool guy as well. I'm going to Portal Vanguard, see if I can draw something that costs 5 or more for the Precursory Strike. And then probably just Precursory Strike the Mixologist, swing for 4.
What now?
I could attack their guy, making my guys 2/3s, then they'll go to 3/4s. Assuming this doesn't get hit with a Peddler. Let's see what we draw. This should tell us a lot. 3 mana 4/7 is not bad. I'm gonna see if we can get like a Wind Peak Worm would be super great here. Okay, that's the way it goes. Yeah, I chose Dragon Warrior to start with because I definitely want to play something aggressive at the beginning of a Legend run. Now that I am up into the Platinum tier, it seems a little bit less necessary. But I don't know, it's a little tough to say how long you stick with that aggressive deck, because as you get higher into the tiers, the decks become a little bit more grindy, a little bit more attrition based, so your card advantage and things like that is much more relevant. Interesting. Ooh, okay. I could double whelp. It's not awful. Stadium Announcer could be okay if I get a weapon that has 4 or more attack. I think double whelp might be the play, though. I'm very tempted by gift wrapped and infinite, though.
What now?
Let's see what this gives me. I think
We've got to fight for the ages.
this could be okay. Ooh. Oh, discard my highest cost card. Yeah, I'm definitely not keeping that. This weapon really throws things out of whack with Stadium Announcer. Alright, what did they get? Okay, that's fine. And let's do this, and then we're gonna do this. Cool, they hit each other. So they can still trade with one of them, but yeah, my board is still decent, so that's helpful.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifact? I could.
Okay. Yeah, Grifter's a decent card. I've been meaning to dust this, or craft this, so that I can give him a run, and it makes me wonder if he's decent in Dragon Warrior. Overall, it's a pretty decent card, but there are some versions of the amulet, like this one, for example, you can still take your opponent's minion back. And even though it has 1 attack, you can still take things like Blob of Tar, you can take, you know, a variety of different things. There's been times where I took someone's egg, like they're playing Egg Warlock. I'll take their egg, attack with it, it dies, I get to keep the egg because the death rattle stays on your side. That's pretty good. So I can get rid of this guy by using the weapon and this guy. It's not great though. And this draws a demon, which I have none in the deck. Yeah, I don't like it, but I feel like this guy could get out of hand. And I'd rather get better value off of the whelp than trading with something like that. Obviously this one doesn't trade, but yeah, I don't like this, but I feel kind of obligated to drop both of them. 2 whelps are very difficult to deal with, but they do have quite a few tools in Tracking Hunter. And the ability to take one of their minions with the amulet it gives me a little bit more confidence in that play. So if they play like taunt minions trying to protect something, you know, I have at least something. Ooh, please just pass. That would be amazing if they have no plays. That's awesome. Okay. So, no dragon in hand, so Broodkeeper doesn't do anything. That was pretty much one of the main reasons to possibly hold that second whelp, but I think it's okay. Yeah, Tracking Hunter is a very tough deck to play around because, I mean, alien encounters can come literally at any time. Ooh, wow. 6/6 Nightmare Lord's pretty good. They still have Sylvanas, which will deal 2 damage to all enemies, but then it'll repeat twice. So they can essentially deal 6 damage to all my guys at any point whenever they draw that because they've played the other 2 Rangers. They still have another Mixologist, and they do play Tidepool. I think it's Pupil. Tidepool Pupil. So there are some pretty intricate lines of play that they still have available. Interesting. Arcane Shot tells me they probably have a Tidepool or something. Oh, there we go. Very interesting. So this is normally a 2/4. So I could use the Royal Librarian, but that seems like a pretty big waste. I can't tell if they want me to do this or not, if that would be good for them, but I can bash them for 8 if I do this. So I think that's okay. I'm very tempted to cycle the Royal Librarian because I'll have 8 mana left and there could be a bunch of different things I could do here. I just really hope they don't play like Scout and then start discovering things and then I have to figure out a way to get rid of it. Ooh, Slither Drake's fine. Yeah, you know what? I'm not stoked about it, but I think this... Come on, show me something good. Sure. Sweet. So yeah, +4/+5 minion on top is great. Drawing another dragon here, which, I mean, is Fey Trickster, is going to be very helpful. Because that'll enable both of these cards, so I don't have to rely, they don't have to rely on each other to do it. Ooh, okay, so this is actually what I was a little concerned about. So now they cast double alien encounters, double tracking, which is going to give them double copies because of Scout. Okay, so yeah, the Royal Librarian would have been really good on this guy. See, 1, 2, there. Wait, their tracking got a tracking? I think they went tracking for tracking and now they get to, like, quadruple tracking. That's crazy. Eesh. Okay, not good.
now.
Yeah, this is a pretty bad position. That changed real fast. This is what I was talking about. They still had potential for some really intricate lines of play. But even if I did have the Royal Librarian here, I don't know that I could do too much that would be relevant. Like, even if I silence one of these guys, they've still got a decent board. I guess Broodkeeper's okay. I don't know that I can justify Amulet on something is the problem. So we can do this. We can take out another one here. I think I have to do this. And yeah, you know what? I might as well just try to get some value here. But they've got 18 attack, and I'm at 13, so that's the way it goes. Alright, so 1-3 after 4 games. I am thinking this is about time to audible to Aura Paladin. I tend to favor Bubble Paladin over Aura Paladin normally. Yeah, let's just double check deck list before we get into something else. So Bubble Paladin, it was what I had second on the list of decks. Yeah, Tank Engineer into Cubicle is just incredibly powerful. Only one cardboard golem. The Aura Paladin is playing double cardboard golem. And Elise, yeah, the other one plays Elise also though. Or does it? Let's see. Yeah, it does. So yeah, this one has double Crafter's Aura, Nightmare Lord, and another cardboard golem instead of the Tank Junior Cubicle. Yeah, I tend to favor Bubble Paladin. That's what I had planned on, so I guess I'm going to go with that for now. Because it is pretty powerful to... It's pretty powerful to go Tank Engineer on turn 3 off of an Acceleration Aura. So let's see what Bubble Paladin can do for us here. There is something to be said for Crafter's Aura. I wasn't a super big fan of it at first, but it just helps create some better value off of Gelbin.
I will fight with honor.
Yeah, I think Maul is fine to keep here. Alright, not the greatest hand, but I'm glad I have Maul at least. Well, look at a 1-drop.
But we fight.
Quest Mage. Very fringe, very fringe.
Reporting for duty.
So usually the power of Quest Mage is directly proportional to the quality of their discovers. So if they don't discover quality spells, then I should be okay. Ay, ay, ay. If they got Sea Breeze Chalice, though, it's pretty tough to deal with early on. Yeah, there's no point in throwing the Wisp out there if we know they have Chalice. We'll let them use it on other things, I guess. Cardboard Golem is not bad here. We're just gonna Maul though. Get our Ziliax and then our Gelbin next turn. Yeah, alter time is very good in Discover Mage. So this puts them at 4 out of 7. Not bad. Jeez. 5 out of 7. It's pretty good. So they discovered some pretty powerful cards. Cardboard Golem Hero Power seems like the way to go here. Torith is decent, but I don't think it's really going to do too much here. I think Torith Righteous Protector might be okay. I mean, in no way is it amazing.
For justice.
I'm hoping this is an ice barrier. Good. Okay. It's much better than being, you know, counterspell or explosive runes or something like that. So something to be conscious of is they can wait us out on Gelbin. So if they have like Blizzard, Bob to freeze our minions, what else? Sleet Skater, stuff like that. There are quite a few things that could just hold us off and take away the advantage of our Crusader auras off of Gelbin, as well as other things. So, gotta be a little careful about not, I guess, overextending in that situation. Because the worst is if your board is full and your minions are frozen, so you can't really play anything, and you're just sitting there waiting. So they literally just time warp you a couple times. Ooh, Tank Engineer's great. I think Taurus Righteous Protector this turn, and then next turn Tank Engineer is pretty awesome.
My blood to save the dream.
We fight.
I don't think they play Polymorph normally. They could discover into it, which we can't do anything about, but there's the Origin Stone. Sheesh, that was pretty good. Yeah, I think we just gotta go for this here.
Reporting for duty.
I swear to you.
Repent.
This is where they could have some pretty crazy plays off of their weapon, since this casts or plays the other options on their discovers. So hopefully they don't have anything too nuts. But if I have a couple of minions, then Gelbin is amazing. Ooh, that's pretty good for them. Oh my god. Okay, Quasar is not good for them, but every other spell they got off of that is phenomenal for their board state. Okay then. That doesn't seem relevant. Let's see here. So I don't know that Gelbin is going to be the right play here. Five, 3, 5, 8. I guess it could be okay. It just doesn't feel amazing. Cubicle could be alright. Manifested Timeways I don't think does enough. Yeah, I think we just have to Gelbin here, unfortunately. It's not the greatest, but it will at least help us get rid of some of their guys here.
I swear to you.
I think I do this, though. Because then at least Manifested Time Waves will help clear out some more of their guys next turn. Ooh, he got Divine Shield again off of the Mechatork Aura. That's so good. Ooh, that's pretty good. So worth noting that they didn't get the cast. They didn't get to cast the additional spells off the Discovers within that spell because within this spell that happens. It's not like they cast a spell. So very interesting that that didn't work. Makes sense. It's kind of layers to the rules. I don't think they can kill Torith here, which is great for us. So if we can just manifest the Time Waves, clear out some guys, that's annoying. It is manageable though. Yeah, they didn't even attack with anything. Sure. Wow. Yeah, they didn't even attack. That's crazy. I think Manifested Time Waves is definitely the play. That'll clear a lot of stuff out the way. Oh, so they have double Manifested Time Waves that will not do anything. What else to do? I could Tigress plushie. That doesn't seem bad. Yeah, I think that's the play. Then I can smack him for a bunch. And this one here. And I believe that's actually game. Because now these guys deal a bunch off the Crusader Aura. Sweet! Alright, 2 and 3 overall today. Catching back up. Yeah, never get discouraged if you still have a star bonus. Because if you lose a game, you lose 1 star. You win a game, you get 4 or more or something. So it's pretty awesome. There we go. All right. Elisa's great. Is Double Righteous Protector worth keeping, though? I think there are other things I would want more so. I mean, if they go, like, turn 1, make 2 1/1s off the spell. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm not excited about it, but my gut's telling me that this is better than a lot of other things I could draw. There are better things I can draw, but this will help the early game quite a bit. Interesting draw with Geldin. All right. There we go. There we go. Morbid Swarm. Double Morbid Swarm. Okay, then. Well, let's do this. And this. And we'll just start packing away. Yeah, they've got a really good curve in Death Knight between the Morbid Swarm and the Dreadhound handler. It's pretty good. Thankfully that used up a lot of cards though. Between, yeah, about Double Swarm, Coin, Handler, so drawing a card that spends corpses, yeah, it means they have reanimated Pterodax now.
I remember this place well.
See if we can get some value off of Terra Run. We definitely want 2/1s. And a copy is normally great. I'm very tempted to take armor though. Discovering a spell is also very powerful. Yeah, this is actually a really tough choice. Let's see. I want to say discovering a spell is going to give me the most potential value here. Getting a 5/5 copy of something could be pretty awesome, but I think that hinders the ability to use the location sometimes, because if you don't have another minion, you can't activate it, and then you can't get your 2/1s. So I am actually thinking about using this defensively, though, so the armor's not bad. I'm going to take the armor, believe it or not. It came down to Discover or Armor. I think Armor gives me the most potential for surviving whatever they're going to do here. Because if they're willing to throw out their hand like that, that tells me that they're very likely a very aggressive deck. So question is, do I Terra Run here? I could Chronological Aura, which opens up Manifested Timeways, which could be relevant. The Terra Run will get rid of Blob of Tar and the 1/2 taunt that comes after it, leaving them with 4 attack. Yeah, no Treasure Gill or Acceleration Aura yet, unfortunately. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think Chronological Aura is the play. It'll pay dividends over the next couple of turns. And activating the Manifested Timeways, I think, is very relevant. And as long as this guy is there, they get double corpses, so that could be problematic. Yeah, like with that. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's cycle away that again. Okay, so this is one of the problems with Bubble Paladin. Sometimes you just end up with cubicles and not a lot to do with them. It is very possible discovering a spell was the right call off of this, but I just get this impression that the armor is going to be relevant this game. Especially considering if they're low on cards already, then that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm very happy with them using the Poisonous Minion for that. That opens up the possibilities for my plays a lot. So I do... Ooh, okay. So that's got +4, +5, whatever it is. I do need to be conscious this coming turn of how I'm going to set up for Gelvin the following turn. Tank Engineer seems okay. Timeway's not really. Torith I don't think is the call. So if I play Torith, takes 3 to break, and then they can kill it with Blob of Tar. Yeah, I think Tank Engineer... I think this is the way to go. So I assume they're going to take out some minions this turn, but Gelbin next turn and then activating Terra Run will give me dudes that'll be, what, 4 2s? when they attack, so I'll have 12 attack the same turn, and that's just assuming that they kill everything that's on board. But I am very doubtful they'll take out the tank engineer. Oh, they did. Okay, they're going for it. I think this is totally fine. So, like I said, that armor seems pretty relevant this game. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to Gelbin here. They do have the secrets, which could be annoying. But I think it's worth this risk. No explosive runes? Okay, good. So we have Acceleration, Chronological, Gnomish, Mechatorque, and Crusader. Good. I think it is worth taking out the Poisonous guy. And let's definitely take out the Double Corpse guy. We're going to get a 3/5 at the end of the turn. We're going to gain 4 health.
Must move quickly.
Sweet, so the secrets were irrelevant, thank goodness. Okay, so this isn't a very bad spot. This is working out okay. Especially considering I can Torith here. So I can go... I kind of want to hold Time Waste is the problem. If I Torith, this guy can smack that and I still have Divine Shield.
I wonder.
I think, yeah, next 2 more turns with these. This is the second turn, so I think, yeah, next turn is the last turn I have with them. Yeah, I'm not super stoked about it, but I think I want to try and take full advantage of next turn having the auras. So Torith is definitely the play here because of this. But the Manifested Time Waste seems worth the risk. That is totally fine. Yep, doesn't really do anything, bruh. Ooh, look at that. Nomelia's a great draw. Do I just use that? I feel like I should hold Nomelia, though. I don't think it's super relevant if they gain any more life here. These guys will attack for 4, so they won't kill. Yeah, I think Nomelia is probably the play. Yeah. I think it's fine. I would prefer to keep it for a later point, but I think that just handles this pretty easily. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking, is it worth it to like attack and then cubicle my Torith? Then I've got multiple Torith. But pretty good. 3 and 3 now. Yeah, I really like Bubble Paladin. I think it's a solid deck. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm going to look at the Aura Paladin, Aggro Paladin, or Aura Bubble Paladin matchup real quick. Druid. Gaining that 12 armor that last game, I think, was pretty relevant. We don't want these. Tank Engineer is pretty good to keep. Druid, I don't think Manifested Time Waste is a keep against Druid. Yeah, the more aggressive my start, the better, so... Acceleration Aura, perfect. So Treasure Gill gives me turn 3 Tanktioneer, which is great. Let's see, matchups. So Aura Paladin is 50... No, wait. Aura Paladin seems like it has a teeny bit of a... Yeah, Aura Paladin has a little bit of a favored win rate against Bubble Paladin, but I think Bubble Paladin is still a pretty solid choice. Yeah, no point in coining anything out here. Cubicle would be the best possible draw. It's a pretty good animation there. Very cool. Perfect. So now we can go Tanktioneer, Cubicle next turn, and hopefully that's enough momentum that they will not be able to deal with it and just concede. Yeah, there's been plenty of times where I just go Tanktioneer, Cubicle it, and within 2 turns my opponent's like, I actually can't do anything about this. Sure.
I remember this place well.
Oh, that really sucks for them. Why would you play that if you play Elise? That does not make sense at all to me. Alright, so let's just stick with the plan. Yeah, I think Aura Paladin's a very good deck, but there's just something about having extra oomph in the deck with the Tanktioneer stuff. Ooh, Greybow's pretty good. Best possible draw would be Nomelia. Okay. I was like, Nomelia would take out both minions, so this doesn't put its death rattle on Elise. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm very tempted to just Crusader Aura.
Me think.
But I think I can take their stuff out here. So if I go... Yeah, we're going to do this. So we go here. That puts it on there. We're going to take that out. And then we're going to take out the Greybow that comes back. So now there's no more Greybow. Unless they play... Like there's Hydration Station, which brings back taunt minions. And then there is Umbra something or other. The Umbra guy redoes, it like triggers the death rattles of your guys that have died, up to like 5 of them, I think, something like that. So we could Gelbin here. I've got Acceleration and Crusader. Actually, Tiger's plushie's probably better. So we can go like this. We can go like this. this, and this. Alright, pretty good. Yeah, I don't think that's enough. Yeah. I was like, what are you doing, bro? Alright, up to 4-3 now. Pretty good. And a win streak. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but once you get to platinum, or excuse me, once you get to diamond 5, they take away win streak. So the rest of those stars you just have to earn completely on your own. There's no bonus stars, no nothing. Still a little ways away from there, but that is where things start to get tough.
The Scourge are no match for me.
I will fight with honor.
Yeah, let's just keep Tank Engineer. Yeah, it's almost always right to just keep Tank Engineer. The odds of Treasure Gill or Acceleration Aura is high enough that the 4-drops in the deck aren't really much of a concern anymore. It used to be that there was way too many 4-drops in this deck, and it just kind of hindered the ability to get momentum. But being able to play 4-drops on 3, 4, turn 3, turn 4, and then, you know, anything after is pretty good. Who would have thought? Free mana is good.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it!
Well, we've got Tank Engineer Cubicle. That's something. I think the most annoying thing they can do is red card either the Tank Engineer or the Cubicle. And that's not too much of a concern, it just delays us. So as long as that doesn't delay us long enough for them to, you know, cliff dive or do something problematic, that would be the only concern.
Reporting for duty.
Very slow draw. Yeah, like I said, a lot of 4-drops in this deck. So, not super ideal. But I think we're just going to follow the Tank Engineer Cubicle plan for now. Unless something happens that makes that irrelevant, which seems unlikely.
They will never catch me.
Alright, annoying but fair.
Enough time.
We're going to take some more damage next turn from this guy, but I think we'll be alright. I don't think it's worth altering the game plan just because of that. Nah, we playing the golden one. And if somehow they decide that killing the Tankchineer is the right call, then we can always just play another one next turn and kind of see how that goes. But normally Tankchineer Cubicle is difficult for them to deal with because they don't play any hard removal. It's all damage. Infestation can take out a 7/7 because that's 8 damage in total. The 2/2/1 grubs and the 2 damage off the stingers. So it is possible, but seems a little unlikely.
Not enough time.
Artillery reporting in.
Interesting choice here. So they're just giving me a 7/7. I think I'm just going to play another then. Obviously, we could smack them for 7 in the face, but I think managing the board state is going to be important here. They play a lot of damage spells, so if they can get a decent board presence, smash my face and then throw damage at my face, it could get out of hand pretty quickly, so I do want to be careful of that. Between Headhunt, Infestation, what else? There's some versions play Aeon Rend, but that's kind of fringe now. There's the Infestation, okay. Yeah, and they're going to just take out the 7/7, that's cool. Oh, they're going to red card, huh? Very interesting. Well, I guess I could always just cubicle a 7/7. It's not bad. As long as they don't kill the cubicle, then I'm just going to get a 7/7 every turn. I don't know that that's the best play, though, because if they do kill the cubicle, I mean, I know they have one more stinger in their hand. That's 4 to begin with, so that's a little risky. I think next turn I definitely play Maul and Cardboard Golem to prepare for Gelbin the following turn. So this turn I think is going to have to be this. So now we've got some forward momentum established, which should help a lot. If I can just retain this momentum. Next turn, Ursine Maul is going to draw... Actually, just Gelbin's the first draw since I already have Ziliax, so that'll be fantastic. Yeah, they're in a pretty rough spot now. Yeah, even just Tankchineer by itself is pretty tough to deal with. I think the Divine Shields are what put it over the top. You know, Tankchineer with the Divine Shield and the 7/7 with the Divine Shield that's a little much. I was very surprised that card only costs 4. It's like right on that edge of fair. It's like it's powerful, but it's not like completely overpowered. It's a very interesting card. Probably very good R&D. I wonder what other versions they tested of it. That's one of the most fascinating things about like the research and development for the R&D of a game is, you know, what other versions of things they tried. Like imagine a Tankchineer that was like a 2/4 but didn't have Divine Shield, you know, stuff like that where you're like, this could get really fun very quickly. They do play Aeon Rend. Interesting. Didn't even need Galvin. Awesome. Alright, 5-3. So, still holding on to that win streak. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, as soon as I started playing Bubble Paladin, just not losing. That's great. So let's see how far I can get today. So let's see, I'm about an hour and a half in with 8 games under the belt. Yeah, that's a little more than 10 minutes a game on average, so...
Uther versus Illidan.
The Legion's rage pales before mine.
I will fight with honor.
Tiger's plushie could be useful. I'm tempted to do this, but I don't want to clutter up my hand too much. I also want the most chance of a Treasure Guild or an Acceleration Aura. Yeah, plushie's pretty good against them, though. It's usually will take out at least 1 minion, if not 2, and I'm gaining at least 3 life. Plus the mini, yeah, I think it's worth it.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it!
Treasure Guild off the top would be incredible. Sure. Nice. So if I do that turn 1, that means turn 2 I can cardboard golem and extend it. So that means I'll have 4 turns. So it'll be turn 2, 3, 4, 5. So on 5 I'll have 6 mana. That seems okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's normally not the right call to coin Acceleration Aura, but if you do have Cardboard Golem, I think it's fine. That's about the only case where it's worth it. And only playing 1 Cardboard Golem in this deck means that that's, you know, a very rare occasion. But knowing when it is appropriate to break the rules with your own deck is, I think, a really important thing to know. Oh boy. So I can go Elise and then Terror on the following turn. It's not bad. I don't think Treasure Guild is the play. Yeah, there's no way I don't Elise here. Playing things a turn sooner than you should is pretty powerful. Who would have thought? I think discovering a spell. And yeah, 2/1 is great. So them playing Tusk Piercer means they either play Blob of Tar and Ravenous Fellhunter or Fade Trickster. I think it's more likely that they have the Blob. Yeah. That is pretty annoying, but it is manageable. Yeah, I think Terror runs the call. I almost want to like find a way to, you know, attack this and manifest it time ways, but that means I probably have to sacrifice 2 dudes to it, and that's just not worth it. Ooh, that's not bad. Double Libram is crazy here. So Libram's gonna cost 4 less, so it'll be 2 mana for 3 3/3/3s. That's awesome. It's very good. So let's do this and this. this, this. Now, granted, this opens up the Ravenous Fell Hunter recursions, which is very annoying. But I think we'll be alright. Especially considering we have the Libram. That's going to be very helpful. There he is. So how much do I want to force the issue here with Fell Hunter?
I wonder.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways to play this turn. I think there's a little bit of a risk, but I think this is the right call here. I thought about the Libram instead of Treasure Gill, but I think Treasure Gill getting me to Gelbin faster will be pretty powerful. Also gets me to Ziliax a turn faster. So I think that'll be okay. I also get Terror Run activation next turn, which could give me another powerful spell, but we'll see what they end up doing here. Oh, they're just going for face. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're going pretty hard here. Hand of a Doll is okay. Sure. We got that, and what else, what else? Okay, I think we're gonna go here, and here. We're gonna manifest the Time Ways. And we've got this and this, and then we've got 3/3/3s. So, not the best position because I'm down to 10 life. Like, if they have a Cliff Dive this turn, that could be lethal. Okay, return policy is annoying, but totally manageable. Jeez, double return policy? Alright, that's a little much. I don't know. All my time playing this deck, the Cliff Dive Demon Hunter, or just Ravenous Demon Hunter, whichever version of it is, it was almost always incorrect to Blob of Tar, or to return policy twice in the same turn, because you usually hinder your ability to get max value off of these guys and the resulting minions. So, very interesting choice of play. I think I'm going to Gelbin. Yeah, because then I get Ziliax the following turn. Yeah, I think that's okay. And I think I got to do this because I want to get a couple additional life off of the Tigress plushie mini. 1, 2. There, so they don't even get max value off of these guys. It's crazy. Let's do this one. Swing 12. And then we'll do that. And then we get our 3-5. Good stuff. Good stuff. Much better position. Interesting that they're choosing to go face. They're not going to take care of my minions. They got a cliff dive or something? Oh, that could be bad. That's very bad. Alright. Well, when you got it, you got it. Califero is one of my favorite cards for a reason. Yeah. They play one Califero. It was worth the risk. Man. So that makes sense. So they were, I guess, trying to set up a lot of minions so that they could Califero. And that worked out very well for them. So I just got outplayed. That's the way it goes. I don't know that that necessarily would have been considered a misplay, because I would have had to get rid of all of those Blob of Tars to be able to get through, to be able to Gelbin and stuff anyway, or to be able to attack them in the subsequent turns. Yeah, I think that's just straight getting outplayed. That'll happen. And take note of when you get outplayed like that, because, like, yeah, that's rough. I don't think that's something that I should have been planning around, because, like, yeah, Califero is such a random thing. It's a one of in the deck. I guess I could have interpreted that that's what they were going for by the double return policy. Because, like I mentioned, double return policy is almost always the wrong play. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy one. That worked out very well for them. Very well played. Alright, so I'm at 5-4 so far, so still making progress. As long as your wins are above your losses because of the star bonuses, you're going to be making progress up the ladder. But let's see what we can do here. Yeah, Treasure Gill into Tank Engineer is likely the play. Very interesting. The warrior did not play the quest on turn 1, and then they armored up on turn 2. So if this is Dragon Warrior... Oh, wow. They've got a very slow draw, which is incredible for me. That is very helpful. Let's do this. This seems like the best way to deal with this minion. Whoo! Pretty good. Now, I could take that out, actually. So I can go 3, 7, 8, 9. I don't hate that, actually. I'm taking 6 to the face, but I am destroying a lot of their momentum. Yeah, if they can't stick a minion, it's going to be pretty hard for them to win this game. Yeah, I would have preferred to play Cardboard Golem that turn, just to extend the aura one more turn, but... Yeah, that was just way... Wow! Pretty good. So let's see what we can do here. This is 3, 4 with the mini. That's 7. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, double Slither Drake is pretty good for them, but since they had such a slow start, I'm not super worried. Wind Peak makes sense. Oh, good. Okay, so they're making it easier for me to kill that guy. That's good. Yeah, I think this is the way to go.
Sands of time.
I mean, if they have another Wind Peak Worm, then they just have the nuts. That's fine. Nothing you can do about that. Thankfully, they don't have Dracorex. That would be brutal here.
What horror will hatch?
Sure. Okay, then a Precursory Strike or something also? Yeah. Alright, so not great, but... Alright, we're alive. So Gelbin this turn... wow, and it hit that. That's rough. So Gelbin this turn I think is the best play. That'll heal me for 4. I'll have 2 taunt minions. Alright, what do we get? We only get 3 auras here. We got Acceleration, Gnomish, and Crusader. Okay, good. So then that means that next turn we get Ziliax, which will hopefully help us catch up. Let's get rid of this guy. And fingers crossed we survive. Nope, they got Dracorex. Alright, that's the way it goes. Yeah, very impressive. For a slow draw, they pulled this out. Yeah, double Slither Drake into Wind Peak Worm. Dracorex? Come on. Those are quite literally the most powerful minions in their entire deck. So after 10 games, 5-5, so not the greatest. Majority of those losses came from playing Dragon Warrior. So for the games with Bubble Paladin, I am 4-2. Yeah, I'm 4-2 with Bubble Paladin, 1-3 with Dragon Warrior. So not the worst. Got a couple more games in me, and then I'm going to probably call it.
The Legion's rage pales before mine.
I will fight with honor.
Yeah, I don't hate this hand, actually. I would much prefer to have an Acceleration Aura, but... I mean, I could make a case for this. I think this is fine.
The light dims, but we fight.
They will never catch
I haven't gotten too much use out of Torith yet. I think I played him one of the games. Crimson Sigil Runner off of Illidari Studies turn 1 is a fascinating play. That tells me their hand might not be very good if they're already playing Illidari Studies. Because normally Studies on turn 1 is a pretty loose play. In my opinion, at least. Show me cubicle. Show me cubicle. And they just play that, so they're playing starships in their Demon Hunter deck? What is happening?
I wonder.
Yeah, let's just do this. That's fine. Get your starship started. Pretty good, okay. Okay. Very interesting plays. So I'm really tempted to Crusader Aura. It seems a little loose. They get this next turn, which isn't ideal. But I could Crusader Aura, Wisp, and Hero Power. Attack this for 4. And then smack them for 9. It's not great, but I'm very tempted. This will draw Nomelia, which might actually be decent next turn.
Move quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to run it. This is a pretty loose play, I'm not going to lie. But I think it's got decent potential here. I'm kind of hoping they play a couple minions so that I can Nomelia, clear out their board, and then smash for at least 11. The infiltrate seemed really loose on their end, to be perfectly honest. Just getting rid of the Divine Shield on the 7/7. I mean, it's something, but I can't imagine that was the ideal play there. CCG is pretty good. And they did play this in the correct spot. They didn't play it over here, so I can't get it with Nomelia also. Fine. Acceleration Aura seems pretty good, because that gives me Gelbin the following turn. This will be an 11/9. It'll take 5, so it can get killed by that next turn. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I think it's correct to do this. Makes me wait an extra turn for Gelbin, but it's probably irrelevant if I can get him this low this quickly. They could have Infestation or something like that, which would take this guy out. It would actually take both of these guys out. Return policy for CCG? Yeah, okay. No way. Alright, if I can get to Diamond, that would be amazing. Really only takes a couple more wins. think 2 more wins and I'm at diamond. So that puts me, what, 5-2 with Bubble Paladin? After going 1-3 with Dragon Warrior?
Uther versus Thompson.
Do not doubt my power.
I will fight with honor.
Easy mulligan. Do I wisp? I'm trying to think if there's a reason to wisp, because playing it for the sake of playing it is just kind of lame, I think. Yeah, I can't think of a reason to play it. If they're playing Reforms, Shreds of Time, Egg, Warlock, anything like that. Oh, okay, so they are Shreds, Warlock, possibly with Reform. Let's do this also. It is possible they have another Peddler, or I think there's that like 2-mana 4/4 dragon. So Wisp here makes sense because next turn I'll have 4 mana. I can Tiger's Plushie, but I would like to be able to get rid of a Peddler. But that's unfortunately... Alright. Yeah, double Peddler is not ideal. Okay, good. Double Tiger's Plushie works out well. So we can at least get rid of one. Yeah, the Wisp was because if they did attack one of them like they did, then I still have 1 to attack back, in addition to the 3 from the Tiger's Plushie. Sure.
For justice.
Yeah, Peddler's pretty good in the Shreds of Time deck because they've got a couple dragons that are already aggressively costed. Like the 2-mana 4/4 guy with Peddlers just gets nuts. I think there's like a 6/6 or a 7/7 guy. I don't know the Shreds cards as well as I probably should, but it's kind of a fringe deck in my opinion. I could Plushie again. Just doesn't seem super great.
For justice. Let me
So, doesn't seem super ideal, but I am tempted. I don't think I can justify it here, but I am tempted to Crusader Aura. Use this to kill the Nightmare Lord and then attack for 3 here. So I'll go to 22. And then Tiger's Plushie's next turn will be much more... Yeah, with the Tiger's Plushie's next turn, normally this would be an awful play. But I think because I have Rush minions in hand that will still be able to take advantage of this and gain me some life, and worst case, Nomelia is an option, I think that's okay. It is, like I said, a little loose. Ooh. Okay, now that's not good. That gets Ultra Gigasaur. Oh no. Oh boy. Okie dokie then. So... Oh, that's really bad. How do I deal with Ultra Gigasaur? Anachronos? Holy goodness. Yeah, I think we just gotta run this same plan and hope for the best here. Yeah, that sucks. This is crazy. I guess we'll do this, and then we'll smack the Ultra Gigasaur with these. Yeah, it's a 14-28, just ay ay ay. Thankfully I'm back at 30 and I do have Nomelia coming, but seriously? Whew. So the problem with Nomelia and Manifested Timeways is this will just get another Ultra Gigasaur. So this will deal 6, 7, 8. That gives it lifelink. Yeah, I kind of feel like I have to here. This is crazy, though. I have never seen someone play the Animancer back-to-back like this. Yep, and they got both Gigasaurs. At least Nomelia survived, so I get another use out of her, hopefully. There's the Reforms, okay. Yeah, this is utterly insane. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, this is a really bad spot. Thankfully, Ziliax is going to do a little work here, but I don't think I can justify Manifested Timeways. I'm holding on for dear life here. If I can fight my way through 2 Ultra Gigasaurs, then you could do anything in life. Insert inspirational message. What does David Goggins say? Stay hard. Don't you... Okay, okay. At least this doesn't get another Ultra Gigasaur. You can only have 2. Man, oh man. They've just got every good card. Whelp of the Infinite, Blob of Tar, Mixologist. This is crazy. Alright, I think I gotta do this and Manifested Timeways. See if they get anything off of Animancer. Yeah, they got nothing. Okay. And I still have a Crusader Aura, so this will be 5. That'll be 8. 8? 8? Come on. So close. So close. And they fought their way through the auras, but thankfully there is some light at the end of this tunnel. We just have to hope that they don't overpower me with the Reform element of their deck now. Not gonna lie, this looks like a pretty fun deck to play. You've got a lot of different like sequencing options between the dragons, like the whelps and the peddlers, the shreds of time elements. Wow. And then you've just got Animancer, Ultra Gigasaur. Pretty good. Alright, Elise could be very helpful here.
I remember this place well.
God, if I make it through this game, my God. Yeah, we gotta go Terror Run. Ooh, characters getting a bump could... Ooh, that could help me finish this game out, actually. And a 5/5 copy of something like Torith could be great. Yeah, let's run it. And that also gives me something to copy Tanktioneer or Cubicle.
My blood to save the dream.
And then we can go... Yeah, we can go like this. We can go like this. Yeah. Okay, we have officially reversed the momentum after taking out 2 Ultra Gigasaurs. I did not think this was going to be possible. Wow. Yeah, I think I got him. Oh my goodness. Seriously, taking this game down is insane. Wow. Oh my god. That was legitimately one of the craziest games I've ever played. Like, by far. Like, top 5, possibly top 3. Wow. That was really nuts. That really just happened. Okay. Whew. Alright, one more win gets me into Diamond, which would be a great stopping point for today. So, 12 games, 7-5 so far. Gonna see if I can get this in one more. Wow. That was a game. That was a serious game.
Let the blight begin.
I will fight with honor.
Yeah, I think this is okay. Sweet, that's a great hand. Yeah, Treasure Guild Timeways is possibly going to be great against Death Knight. It at least lets me take care of some potentially annoying minions in the early game, like that. Yeah, again, normally not the right call to coin out into Acceleration Aura, but the Cardboard Golem here seems perfect.
filled out the paperwork?
So Time Ways is almost definitely not the right call here. Maul is okay. I'm not sure if that's the right call either, though. If I get lucky and I draw a Cubicle next turn, then Tank Engineer is pretty awesome. Yeah, Maul seems okay here.
For justice.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is the absolute right call, but it seems good enough. Yeah, this is a tough situation. There's a big decision tree here, and it's very dependent on what draws come in the next couple of turns for me. That is fair.
For justice.
Yeah, I'm not happy about the aura running out before being able to use Manifested Time Waste, but I don't think it's right to just throw that out there and just use it for the sake of using it. So I think, the second Maul is okay, but I don't like it that much, because after Anachronos, we would draw a 5-drop, which could be anything. That could get us Cubicle, but it could also get us Chronological, which is our last one. So I think Chronological is the play here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Very interesting sequence of draws here. Setting up some interesting scenarios. And my opponent's not being very aggressive, really. It's surprising. I think we start with this. Alright, that's okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to stay aggressive here. Yeah, I'm a little hesitant to attack again with this, because drawing the other Chronological Aura I don't think is very good. Obviously, we can trade back the Mechatorx Aura, so Torith and Cubicle would be great. I guess it is 2 out of 5, so 40% chance I would draw Cubicle off of the second one, which could be good. Or I can just draw it naturally, okay. Yeah, that seems great. It's not amazing here because of this guy, though, is a problem. But it does set me up. So it'll give me another Tank Engineer, and I'll get the 7/7. It'll eat up the attack for next turn, which I guess is okay. I'm not stoked about it, though. I feel like I kind of have to do it, though. And we drew the other Cubicle. Excellent. Nice. It's a good board. Alright, I really hope this gets me into Diamond here. Losing this game from this position would be pretty annoying. That would be rough. Of course. Of course. Ooh, and because there wasn't space for the tank genius in my hand, I get the 7/7. Let's go. Oh, that was great. And that should take me to diamond. With a win streak. Alright, I like that. So I think this is where I'm going to call it, because that means that I start my next part of the legend run with a win streak, which will be excellent momentum. But yeah, up to 9 diamond. Went 8-5 in 13 games, 1-3 with Dragon Warrior, and 7-2 with Bubble Paladin. So pretty decent here. So far, I've spent about 4.5 hours in total on this legend run. This is only part 2, so obviously it's very early. This is where it does start to get difficult around diamond. Like I mentioned earlier, once you get to diamond 5, there's no more win streak. So from here, if I can keep this win streak up, I can probably get to diamond 5 pretty quickly. But that is really where the grind starts. Most of the time when I get to this position, from diamond 5 to legend it takes about as much time as it took to get to diamond 5 in my experience, because there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of like win 2, lose 3, win 4, lose 3, back and forth a bunch. Your deck selection does make a difference, but that is the point where like I've mentioned this in my top 3 tips for making legend video. That's the point where it's very important to pick a deck and stick with it, and just make sure that you are playing to the best of your ability. You're playing tight. You're trying to avoid being outplayed. Aware of what the top decks in the format are able to do, what their best lines of play are. Because from there, if you're bouncing around between different decks, you're like, oh, this didn't work, so let's try this. Oh, I played 2 games with that and I went 0-2, so let's do this. You want to just really stick with something. And your floor is diamond 5 if you get there. So if you come back to diamond 5, you can still make a run back up to legend. Like, nothing's stopping you from doing that. So losing games at that point is fine, as long as you are not letting that get in your head and then make you sacrifice more time to lose more games by just not thinking logically about your deck selection and your lines of play and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you guys smash the like button. Don't just touch it. Smash that follow button. I hate that stuff so much. But yeah, it makes a big difference if you like, follow, and comment and all that fun stuff. If you're already following, big thank you. I appreciate you guys. This is the 2nd month in a row that I'm doing the Legend Run completely live. It is live streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and I'm uploading the videos to YouTube so that you guys can have something to look back on. It's cool for me to be able to look back, and I rewatch my own videos to evaluate my play and get a better idea of what I can get better at. I was just watching part 1 yesterday when I put it up, and I noticed a couple of misplays where I was like, that was just blatant. I shouldn't have missed that. So I always recommend either, filming your games, doing some type of streaming thing or something like that, where you have just some reference. It's always good to be able to have some honest reflection and evaluation of your decisions. And that's not just Hearthstone, that's life. So, you should be filming yourself all the time. And anyways, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. Peace and love. I will catch you next time on part 3 of the Legend Run. Peace.